So, since you need to run Scratch on your web browser, the first thing you have to do is open up your web browser. And then, you have to search for doing scratch.mit.edu in your search bar. And then, you press the create button if you want to create your project. So now it should open up this window. So this place over here is the stage, which is where you test your project. And this is the editor, which is where you put your code, which in this case are blocks. Just are sprites. So they're pretty much the sprites that are used to make your project. That you're going to use to make your project. And use these to start and stop your project. So right now I have the Scratch editor opened. So in this sprite place, you can see this sprite. It's called Sprite 1. And you can go onto here to change the name of the sprite. I'm going to rename it to Player. And you press enter. So now I'm gonna go to this costumes tab over here. So that's pretty much where you can draw the sprites. So if you want to make a new sprite, so I'm just gonna delete this sprite by pressing this delete button. Hover our mouse over this place, and then I'm going to press this paint button so I'll be able to draw my own sprite. So for now, I'm just going to use the circle tool and set its color by dragging one of these sliders. And then an outline. By pressing this outline. So I'm going to set this to black. And outline width, I'm going to set that to 10. And then you draw. And then you draw your sprite. So then I'm going to use this line tool, which is this, to draw a line. So I'm going to move it down, and I'm going to hold shift to make the line straight. And then release to start drawing the line. Now it goes like this line. Just copy and then paste. And then I could put it for here. So now I can press these buttons to zoom in and out. So now if I select all of this, I'm going to snap it to this center. You see over there. So all the sprites is centered. Now I'm going to go to my code tab. So in this place, you're going to see the X position and the Y position of the player. So set the X position to 0 and the Y position to 0. You can see it looks like that. And you can change the X positions and Y positions however we want. And then here is the size. So if I set the size to something like 75, it reduces its size. So if it's 50, it reduces its size. If I say it's like 200, it increases its size. I'm just gonna leave that like 80 for now. And then the direction, if you click on it, it will be this. And you can drag this thing to choose the direction. As you can see, this thing will be facing the place where the direction slider is. So now I'm going to go to here to rename the sprite. Rename it to player. So now in the code tab, the first thing you have to do is press events. So these are all the events that can happen. I'm going to say when flag clicked, which means when the project is started. So I'm going to go to motion. See all these blocks. So I'm going to say change X by 10. So now, every time we press the flag, it changes its X position by 10. If I add something like change Y by 10, it's going to be changed its X and Y. I can also drag sprites if the drag sprites in the stage. So I'm just going to put it back here. And if you go to the control, you'll see all these blocks. So I'm gonna just drag in a forever and put the change X by 10 and Y by 10 in here. Now if I put them under the one flat click and I go, you keep on doing it forever. So now I'm gonna just drag it back to the center. And I'm gonna just remove the change Y by 10 by dragging it onto the place where you select blocks. So now it's on. So here's this wait block. If I drag in wait 1 second, it's going to be doing it every 1 second. And then another one is when something key pressed. So I'm gonna change this key to something else. So if I say one key right arrow pressed, it's going to remove these wait 1 second. Change X by 10. So now if the right arrow key is pressed, change it to X by 10. And don't flat click forever. Instead of using this, because when we use this on right arrow key pressed, you have to wait for some time if you want to be able to hold the key. And this one flat click forever, we want to say if, which is in the events. So if, then go to sensing, then this key pressed block. I'm going to change this key to right arrow and put in the change X by 10 in here. If I press the flag and press the right arrow key, it moves right. So if you don't want to have to keep on dragging the sprite, if you want it to go to the center, you can go to our one flat click and then drag this go to X and Y block. So I'll change this X to 0 and this Y to 0. Now when we run the project, it goes back to 0. So in this variables tab, you can see all our game variables. So you can see all our game variables. So variables can hold information. So let's make a variable. I'm gonna name it speed. So just for all sprites and for this sprite only, I'll just give it for all sprites. So I'm gonna press OK. And with the speed variable counter. So now, in the one flat click, you want to set the speed variable by using the set variable block, and then clicking on this thing to select which variable you want to do. So let's say set speed to like 8, and you're going to go to this F key right arrow pressed and say change X by speed instead of 8. Make that 10. Now, what does that? Let's say if we have multiple controls, like if you say right and the left. Now, we want the left arrow key to make it to like negative speed. So, let's go to operators and drag in this multiplication operator and say change X by speed times -1. And now if we press the left arrow key, moves left. So if we change the speed variable, like in file click that speed to 20, then when you press the flag again, it changes the speed variable to that 8. And you get to right click on this if you right arrow pressed and press duplicate it. I'm gonna place it over here. And press if key pressed and say if key up arrow pressed. Then change X by speed. And let's say change Y by speed. And here instead, and say X, change X by speed to -1. Then we change Y by speed to -1. Now, if we press the right or left arrow key, and move stuff, I'm gonna change this to down arrow. So now, if we press the right or left arrow key, it moves right and left. And if we press the up and down arrow key, it moves up or down. So the last thing we're going to do is add a background. And we're going to press this place that says backdrops. And then press this backdrops place. So if we go to here, and then instead click on choose a backdrop. There are a bunch of backdrops that you can choose. If you want, you can draw your own. But for now, I'm just going to choose one from here. So I'm going to pick one. And now you can see that the background has changed. Now let me go to my player, then go to code. If you want to hide the speed variable counter, then go to variables, and then on the speed variable, we'll see these checkbox. You can uncheck the checkbox and it hides. Now if I go to this speed variable, I right click, we'll see these three options. So the normal readout, which is this one, the wide readout, which makes it big, and the slider. So when we do the slider, we'll be able to change the variable. So there will be the slider. So if it's at speed to like 64, moves that fast. It's a speed to like 3, moves slow. If I right click and click on change slider range, we'll be able to change the range of the slider. I'm going to set it from 2 to 20. Now we'll be able to go from 2 to 20. But anyways, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. So bye. Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're showing how to make a platformer game in Scratch. So, what I want to do is download Scratch. So, let me just go to my web browser. Usually, you would use Scratch on the web, but you could also download Scratch, in case you don't have internet. That's what I'm saying. On the right, Scratch 3, download. I'm going to click on the first one. So if you're on Windows, then just press direct download and run it. If you're on Mac OS, just do the same thing. And if you're on Chrome OS, get it from the Play Store. And if you're on Android, get it from the Play Store. But if you're on Linux, you have to go to the distributions package manager. And then I'm going to search for like Scratch. So it's here. Then the install button should be here. So that's how to install Scratch. So I'm just going to open Scratch. We're going to call it platformer. So this sprite one, we're going to rename it to level. So it's going to be our level. I mean, just is it how it looks. I'm going to say when flag clicked, go to X0, Y0. So I want to create a new sprite. I'm going to name it to player. So I'm just going to make it a circle for now. I'm going to change it later, but it's just going to be a circle for now. So I'm going to say when flat clicked forever. I'm also going to put this in here. So I'm going to say change y by -1. And just that. If you want it to accelerate instead of move at the same speed. So for that, I'm going to create a new variable called sy. Actually, the sy variable is going to be for this part only. So I'm going to say change sy by 1 and change y by sy. So I'm going to change sy by -1. So and then we're going to say set sy to 0. And now the circle falls down. I'm going to make a new block, a custom block called touch ground. I'm also going to say when was that screen refresh, so that's going to do its script immediately. I'm going to say touch ground. I'm going to say if touching level, then so I'm just going to say stop all. No, it stops if it touches the level. So instead of that, it's going to say set sy to 0. So I'm going to just remove the stop all. Now you can see that it keeps on moving down. It keeps on moving down. So I'm going to stop that. Then I'm going to say, so we have to put this touch ground in the middle. That was going to stop, but it's, so I'm going to say repeat until just repeat until not so I'm going to say repeat until not touching level. I'm going to say change y by 1. So now it does that. So I'm going to add movement. I'm going to say if the left arrow key is pressed, and I'm going to duplicate it, and also if the right arrow key is pressed. So I want to say change x by -5. And here I'm going to say change x by 5. And if you press the left and right keys, we're going to do that. I'm also going to say if the up arrow key is pressed, I want to set the speed Y variable. Set to 10. And 14. If we press the up arrow key, if we hold the up arrow key, it's going to flop. But we're going to fix that later. So now we have this. But if we go in here, we're just going to do like that. And it's just going to go up instead of stopping. So to fix that, here I'm going to put in an if-else statement. I'm going to say so here I want to put it in a separate forever loop, so it's going to act as a separate process. So I'm going to say if touching level, I'm going to put this in the else. And here I'm going to say repeat until not touching level. Change x by 1. Notice that, but every time we touch the level, we won't be able to move left unless we jump. So I'm going to put this in a custom block. I'm going to name it left and right. I'm going to say run without screen refresh. I'm going to put these in here. And I'm going to just left and right over here. So I'm just remove this touch ground and left and right blocks. I'm going to make a new block. It's called move. It's going to have this input steps. I'm going to turn on the screen refresh. So here I'm going to say move. Of SY, so it means the positive value of SY. So I'm just remove deed. So I'm making a new variable called last P. So for this part only, and set last P to Y position. So I'm going to say change Y by SY. divided by steps. So let's think about that's why divided by steps. I want to say if touching level. And say that's y. To the last p variable. So here I'm going to say let's set this y to 0. And just keeps on moving down. So I want to remove this change y by sy. No. Who does that? Now I don't need these anymore. So in here, let me just put this. So right now it moves up really slowly. So the reason why it's so slow is because here just have to set it to change y by sy. That was the normal speed. So next thing I'm going to fix is the left and right movement. I'm doing a new variable called sx for this part only. And here I'm going to say change sx by, let's say, 2. I'm going to change sx by 1.5. And here I'm going to say change sx by negative 1.5. To say change x by sx. And this is negative 1.5. Just do 1.5. You can move left and right. But it's a bit too, it's too much. So I'm going to say set sx to sx multiplied by 0.9. Something like that. So I need to get the x collision working. So I'm going to duplicate this and replace y position with x position. You can put this one for this one. And here I'm going to say change x by sx. I'm going to say set x to last p and set x to 0. I'm going to just remove this change x by sx. Alright. So here. So if you want the question to work better, you can say abs of sy plus abs of sx. So now we have a working platformer engine. So anyways, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. So bye.